Because, believe it or not, yes, it is almost time for that back-to-school routine, which hopefully includes a healthy breakfast. Multiple Mayhem Mama Samantha Kemp-Jackson is back with her top tips. And we're going to start out with the really, really quick stuff first,
yes.
right? That running out the door here, we're going to be late. Eat your breakfast in the car.
Right. So I have a rule. It has to be 5 minutes or less when it's school time because there's not a lot of time and people are stressed and fussing in the morning. So my staples are cereal, so something really quick, oatmeal, cereal, yogurt with granola, granola bars, boiled eggs, that type of thing that the kids can eat. And they can eat it portably when they're going to school if they're walking or if they're in the car.
And at least they're eating something.
They're eating
something. Which is so important for healthy little brains.
Exactly. And just make sure that they have something that has a protein in it and some kind of carbohydrate that'll keep them going in the morning.
Okay, okay. And some kids, like, you know, when they first wake up, like I know I was always one of those, don't want to eat right away, right?
Yes, and that's really difficult. So what I find that I do with my children is that I give them options. So I say, would you like this or would you like that? Would you like cereal or would you like boiled eggs? And that makes them feel that they have control and they will usually choose something, whereas if you give them one thing that they're going to have for breakfast, they might revolt just to have that control.
Okay, okay. So we've got some choices here. So you've got yogurt here, you've got fruit. The boiled eggs are a great idea because it's a great source of protein.
It's a great source of protein. It's fast and it's easy. You can even make the eggs the night before, put them in the fridge and then just nuke them in the microwave, and they can eat them on the way with some toast, have some muffins along with it, and it's a really quick and simple breakfast.
Okay, great. You talked too about hiding good things.
Yes, and that's why I have the blender. So fruits and vegetables are always a great thing, and I find that smoothies are something that my 8-year-old daughter really likes. She likes to help me with a smoothie, so I just put some milk in here and I add a lot of fruit. You can add yogurt, you can add peanut butter, you can add all kinds of things. You can actually add a little bit of carrot, some vegetables if you feel they're not getting enough, and they'll be none the wiser.
So maybe put that in when they're not looking then, I guess,
yes,
if it's a vegetable that they don't particularly like. And what's a good serving size for a child for a smoothie?
Well, I'd say maybe about 250 milliliters, so a standard cup or a little bit more, perhaps, depending on what their capacity is for heavy drinks in the morning.
Okay, okay. And of course we got granola there too. That's a great idea. And it's so easy to make your own granola,
You can make your own granola. I'm actually not that adept at doing that type of thing, but I know people who do. As well, granola actually mixed in with yogurt is a really, really good staple for the morning, and kids tend to like it because it's a little bit sweet, but they've got that milk solid, and they've also got the granola for the fiber and the grains.
You also talking in some of your hints, we were talking before about adding butter to stuff because it'll make kids eat it.
Butter makes everything better. I'm a huge proponent of butter, and so if you're going to have eggs and they're going to be warmed up, just slather it with butter. If you're going to make scrambled eggs, again, the 5-minute rule, it takes 5 minutes to make scrambled eggs, slather it with butter, slather the butter on the toast. They'll be very happy and they'll eat it. And yes, there's a little bit of fat in it, but everything in moderation.
Okay, okay. And what about the muffins too?
Now the muffins here I've made, they're simple oatmeal muffins. I have the recipe on my blog, and you can add anything. So you can add zucchini, you can add carrots. There's banana in those, and there's oatmeal. So they've got the fiber, they've got the vegetable and the fruit, but they're none the wiser. And kids tend to like muffins. They think it's a little bit of a treat, but they can be healthy. It doesn't have to be highly.
And especially the homemade ones, right? And they're a good size. They're not like the big muffins that you would get from, which are so oversized. And
no, and there's not a lot of butter in them. So actually the moist part of those particular muffins is actually just a little tiny bit of butter, and the banana actually makes it moist. There's no milk in it and there's no water. It's actually
Now, how does it work in your household then when it's time for breakfast? Is breakfast kind of the last thing before you head out the door, or as soon as the kids get up, do you tend to kind of get them moving and have breakfast right away?
Yeah, my kids, actually, my 8-year-old, she tends to meander a little bit, so I have to push her along. But breakfast, I'd like her to have breakfast first before she does anything else, because that's the only time of the day that I can control what she eats. I don't know what she's eating at school. She might eat lunch, she might not, and she doesn't come home until after school for dinner. So as a mom, I'm always a little bit worried.
Right.
So I always try to get some protein or something in her that will make her have a longer period of time that she can go for.
Okay, because you don't want to risk, you know, having them eat at the very last minute and then all of a sudden it's, okay, you got to take your granola bar out.
And you know, we all worry as parents about your kids having enough to eat. So I always make sure to try to stuff something healthy into them in the morning.
Okay, some great tips there. Thanks so much,
Thanks
Samantha, for coming in. And we have more news coming up at 7:30. Stay with us. I think I'm...